40-year-old Kris Meeke doesn't always make the headlines for the right reasons, but he's one of the fastest drivers ever to grace the World Rally stages. The Northern Irishman currently races alongside Oyt Tanak and Jari-Matti Latvala in Tommi Makinen and Toyota super team, the latest chapter in a story that began with a chance encounter with another rally legend.
I grew up in a rally family. My father was into rally car preparation, so I was growing up around his workshops, and he was obviously building rally cars, and through that experience I followed the path in engineering, and that brought me to work actually for M Sport. I was working for the Ford World Rally team as a CAD designer from 2001 to 2003. That's when Colin McRae had his time at Ford. That's how I met with Colin McRae. That's when I started competing a little bit on the side alongside my job, and that's how everything sort of snowballed into Colin taking me under his wing and supporting my career for a number of years and really giving me the stepping stones to get into the World Rally Championship. So it's certainly been a story and been an enjoyable one along the way. Winning the IRC in 2009 was a big accolade for me. We managed to secure the title that year in our first season, so that was a big stepping stone for me. And from that we attracted the attention of some WRC teams and managed to find our place in the World Championship 2011 with Mini. Making your debut in the World Championship in a World Rally car was something pretty special back then, but the programme very quickly evaporated. I had a 3-year contract and ended up only doing 6 rallies. We tried to keep the momentum going, but it was a couple of years before we managed to get the opportunity with Citroën, which was the next step in my career. But I remember those years as being disappointing because it was a big thing for me, but that put me on the fringes of the World Championship scene, and for sure that helped in getting me a drive in 2013 with Citroën. A little over a year after we got our full-time contract with Citroën, I think it was the 4th rally into 2015, we managed to secure our first victory, and to do it in one of the big traditional events like Argentina, that year I remember was particularly rough. But yeah, we managed to be quickest right from the first stage. The first stage was a famous stage in Argentina, Ascachinga, I'll not forget it, and we came to the end of the stage and we have been quickest by I think 25 or 30 seconds over everyone, and that set the tone for the weekend.
Come on! A jubilant newcomer to our winners club.
Here's one, Sir Colin.
We were able to bring home our first victory, which I think for anyone at world level, it's a pretty special moment.
3 left minus, the 2 right minus. Oh, oh. 5 left. Stop, 3 left. 5 left.
2018 wasn't a great scenario for me. I was left high and dry without a seat mid-season. At that moment, I didn't know whether that was the end of my career or not. Certainly I was able to spend some time with the family, which you very rarely get when you're fully committed in the WRC. I started to make a few phone calls, and Tommi was the one I had the longest conversation with. Seemed to be quite interested, and we kept talking, and come October time we managed to strike a deal to be part of the Toyota Gazoo racing team for 2019. It was a special moment for me to be able to make that comeback again, and to be under Tommi's guidance, who's a legend in the sport. He's a guy who's been there, done it. He's 4 back-to-back world titles under his belt. It takes a lot less talking with Tommi. He knows what we're up against. He knows the pressures. He's been there, he's done it, he's handled everything, and it's been fascinating to work alongside that. But like all these jobs, sometimes they're not as glamorous as it seems. When you do upwards of 100, 120 flights a year, spending a lot of time in airports can be tedious, but to be honest, we have the best job in the world. I still take big pleasure from driving a World Rally car, and I want to do it as long as I can, as long as I'm competitive. So here's to more good times ahead, and like I say, hopefully we can fight for some silverware in the future.